Good morning. All right, let's see here. Let's check some news on some of these pre-market movers. Oh, another COVID name. Just what we needed. Another COVID name. Can you spot the 5-star breakout on apps? A couple of weeks ago. Anyone can spot the 5-star breakout? $13.50? Nope. 30th of July, exactly. 30th of July. Opening range highs, just as it started breaking out of this tight range in the high 12s. That's the entry, no higher than 13. And you can clearly see it, big volume came in. You can clearly see it on the 60-minute chart. It had way above average volume. 5-star setup. Put this thing in your chart database. This needs to be ingrained in your brain. This is the way to millions. This is the way to making millions. ZVO, okay. Never heard of the stock. It's too thin for me personally, but yeah, it's odd sector. Does it needs to base for a couple of weeks. Maxer. Guys, let's stick to setups, not John. Let's not tout our stocks we've been in a long time. You know, let's stick to setups. This is just, you know, gapping up, probably maybe on earnings. I don't know. There's nothing there. Why is Roku gapping down? Because sometimes stocks go down. That's why. They had great earnings, but they've had a big, you know, decent run into the earnings. Sometimes stocks gap down on good earnings. A lot of people have a big trouble understanding the concept. Sometimes stocks go down on good news. Sometimes stocks go up on bad news. And a lot of people have a very hard time understanding that. They really, really struggle with that. That's just what, you know, sometimes expectations are really big, and when the stock, you know, let's say a stock runs big into an event and then the event is out of the way, it goes down. It's just a basic structure of the markets. Buy the rumors, sell the news. Same thing with Fastly. Where is Fastly? Gapping down, big gap down. Down 20% on good earnings. But the thing is, both Roku and Fastly, they could be like AVLR yesterday. Like it gaps down right into support levels. It gaps down right into the base, and when it takes out opening range highs, it's buyable. I think both Fastly and Roku could be buyable on opening range highs with a you know, set risk, with low sort of day risk. Mara, I don't really care about the earnings on this one. It's a piece of shit. But yeah, it's a crypto name. You know, it goes down if crypto goes down, and you know, it's you know, I don't think earnings matter on this one. I really don't think so. I will hold it to earnings, yes. CRSP, spot the good setup on this thing. It had a very good setup recently. Hint, not today. Let's see here, 1500, 1478, 14, 16. Oh boy, HEQ. Is it extended? Does this look like a good setup to you? It's straight up for 3 days. It's up 33%. Do you think it's extended? For a short? Nah, not yet. Yeah, he could be setting up as a short, but I would like to see one more up day. Ha, David is back. Hey David, there's more losers in chat now. Hey David, I took a huge loss and now my chat is full of more losers. Losing attracts losers. And for those of you who don't know, like it's an inside joke. We are all losers here. Not singling anyone out. We are all losers here. And David is the biggest loser. Yeah, David, you need to see the video. Go to my Twitter. It's like you need to see the video. I accidentally lost 1.5 million. Let's just say that. It was a total accident. I didn't mean to. Don't worry, David. I made it back in 5 days. I'm fine. But it was like the dumbest loss of my career. All right. Let's see. SRN checking. Oh, what the fuck? This AVLR may stop me out today. Having a random gap down for some reason. What's the news on AVLR? Did they do an offering or something? Yeah, okay. At 127. That's lower than my stop. That sucks. Okay. Several of my holdings are gonna report after the close. TTD and let's see which one. D-Dog. The Vongo, I'm still short from yesterday. All right, let's see here. So I have this overstock as a potential short watch. It's really setting up in a big way. I mean, this thing is just, you know, up 3,200%, and it has barely violated the 10 and 20-day moving averages during this whole run. So that's something I'm gonna keep an eye on. I had a big update yesterday after already being extended. Yeah, like it's eventually it's gonna go down. Question is when. That's why you wait for them to get really extended. Fiverr is another one. SC is one I'm watching too, potentially. And GSX is another one I'm watching. Okay. Let's see, overstock. Okay, guys, let's keep the chat clean over the next 30 minutes. I won't have time to respond to any questions or comments at all. Let's just keep it clean. Keep your comments and questions for later. Oh, Fiverr is a thin name. I didn't realize how thin this thing is. Let's see. Lilyhammer dialogues. Okay. Oh yeah, that's the I've seen that show, Lilyhammer. NVAX, I'm not sure about the NVAX. Maybe opening range lows. I don't know. It's not a clean setup. NVAX is not a clean setup. Like if I wasn't heavily long already, I would buy Fastly on the opening range highs. But I'm heavily long, so I can't I can't add to any more exposure. I just can't. Let's see what we get here. I did a small position of Fiverr. This thing is so thin, it's almost untradeable for me. Oh, I have a tiny position in it. Tesla looks interesting. I bought the tiny starter. It's just trying to take out this range on the 60-minute chart. Again, only a small starter. I got stopped out of AVLR apparently. Okay, Overstock, I'm short 20,000 shares. Holy shit, it's going straight down. Okay, Tesla got stopped out. Tried to take out that range, but it could not yet. I did a 10,000 share position of GSX short also. Damn, I missed SC unfortunately. That was a 5-star setup. I missed it. And Etsy too, I missed that one also. I hate when I miss 5-star names. I just sold my lake. This thing is breaking. It's just failed completely. I had very high hopes for it. Yeah, OPK looks pretty decent. I'm not gonna do it, but it looks like a pretty decent setup. Bounced off the 20-day, built higher lows, taking out this little range here. It's like a 3.5, 4-star setup here. I did a small starter of NVAX. I think this thing could potentially pull back quite a bit eventually. But again, it's a little bit of a chase. I should have been on it a bit earlier. Kodak is trying here. I'm a bit unsure. I don't know if I'm gonna trade it. GSX looks like he wants to stop me out. This Kodak, I don't know. The second I buy it, it's gonna go straight down, stop me out. But it also could go. That's the... It's been building higher lows. It has this range. I don't know. Okay, I'm trying to get 50,000 shares of this Kodak. Either it goes it or it doesn't. Oh shit, INO from yesterday. I bought it yesterday, but looked like it's gonna crap on me. Okay, it's going straight down. If it can't bounce soon, I'm just getting out of it. Sold a tiny bit of Kodak. Yeah, Twitter I sold yesterday before the close. It closed too weak, but it's still holding up well. Could be a long setup going forward, but I just got rid of it. It's a very slow mover anyways. Kodak is now moving up. I think this thing could very easily go back to 20. We'll see. Looks like I got a big one on the hook here potentially. I didn't really get filled on my all of the shares I wanted. And I should probably done 100,000 shares instead of 50, but it is what it is. Holy shit, Carvana is going parabolic. Tomorrow it could be a really good short setup. Redfin is a potential setup. This is like a 4-star setup here. Oh, GSX looks like it stopped me out. Couldn't go down, okay. Higher it goes, the better. Etsy and SC are the ones I should have done, I guess. Bin character change? Where's the character change? There's no momentum on this thing. It's not riding any of the moving averages. It's just stuck in a range. To the guy who bought Fastly at 87.50, what are you trying to do here? Trying to lose all your money? Don't buy stocks that are going straight down. This thing could go to 75 today. Holy shit, Kodak, I need to sell some more. Plug Bio VVAP? Not for me. Oh, I know, I'm still in it. Whew. I was really close getting stopped out. The stop on INO is now lows of the day for me. I was literally pennies getting stopped out. Pennies away from getting stopped out. Tesla is weakening here. If it starts breaking down this high mid 1400s range, I'm gonna go short. Like this thing is gonna make a $500 move either way it breaks. TMHC. It's a decent looking one. Yeah, it's a pretty good one. Yeah, it is. It's a pretty good one. Absolutely. It's a good looking setup. Yep. Something to keep on watch. As long as it, writes this, but it needs to start breaking out in the next few days. If it doesn't, then it's probably no good. Look at this Roku for now. This is like I talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Even if the stock is down on a day, in this case it gapped down on the earnings report, it's building a constructive chart. Look at where it's bouncing. This yellow magic line here, that's a 20-day moving average. It's not an accident it's bouncing off of this 20-day. Not an accident. Not a coincidence. Wait, GSX stopped me out and now it's back into range. Okay. Maybe I'll get back in later. Twitter, even though it put in a weak candle today, it still built another higher low. The lows of today are higher than the lows of yesterday, so it's building a very constructive chart here. I'm gonna get back in if it starts breaking out like tomorrow or next week. Oh, now EBS is fading, but this is a thin one too. Damn, SC is the one, man. This was a no-brainer. Oh, fuck. How... I looked at the wrong ones. I messed up a little bit. Guys, Booking, don't waste your time with Booking. It's a very slow stock. You'll never make millions if you trade something like Booking. ADR is 2.7%. You need to focus on stocks that have ADRs of at least 4 or 5%, preferably 6-7% plus. Hey, Big Tune, I'm gonna give you moderator thingies. Also, which were the other ones? I'm gonna give moderator rights to a couple of people. Hey, those of you, I don't remember your nicknames right now. Okay, yeah, Stock Daddy. Hey, Stock Daddy. Yeah, and Smiggy too. Yeah. Smiggy, I don't know how to pronounce it. I know your name is Mark. I'll give you moderator rights, and also, let's see, where is Stock Daddy? Where is Stock Daddy 3 also gonna get moderator? Let's see. So now you have, oh, that sword means moderator. I don't know what you can do as moderators. Like, I have no idea. Like, I have no idea what kind of rights I just gave you. Yeah, they can ban David. Hey, David, ban is incoming, just so you know. You can mute David. He's always rude to me. He never says anything nice. Even though he did send me chocolates, he and Reno. You can time out and ban people, yeah. So the moderator rights, they're gonna like persist, like not only this stream, but you know, you're still gonna have it the next stream and going forward, right? So it's not something I have to do every day. I hope. Am I right? Yeah, okay, great. Like someone mentioned this Maxer. Like there was a kinda nice, decent looking setup here on this thing. On this day here. You know, it's a little bit of a slower name. It was surfing the 20, then it kind of went into range, and then it was surfing the 50 day. Built higher lows, was in a tight range, and then it broke out. Like here was a setup. I know someone mentioned it pre-market, but there's no setup here, right? Like here was a setup, like a 3.5, 4-star setup, or actually like, you know, pretty decent 4-star setup, solid 4-star setup. Vroom, yeah, Vroom. Where's the setup on this thing? It's just up. It's reports next week, I think. Oh wow, Tesla looks like it's starting to test the lower end of this range. And actually, if you can look at the chart, it got rejected off the 20-day today. Maybe I'll do a starter short. I did a starter long previously. Like 30 minutes ago. But maybe I'll do a starter short. Like literally lose like a very tight stop. $10 stop. Like a super, super tight stop. It's probably just gonna reclaim the range. I look, this thing, you know, it's still kind of range bound. I don't really recommend anyone trading stocks that are range bound. Like it's still range bound. Like it's probably gonna get back into range and stop me out, and that's fine. It's a small starter. But again, I'm looking for that $500 move. If I can risk $10-15 to make $500, you know, hey, I want to make that trade any day of the week. SC is the one that got away. Man, this was a perfect one. Opening range lows. First red 1 minute candle, and then you had a secondary entry on the 5 minute red candle, and all right. Square. Oh yeah, Square. Putting in a strong candle after yesterday's fade. Yeah, found support on the 10 EMA on the 60-minute chart. Oh shit, Kodak is fading here. So far, no choose. It's now below VWAP. They're slamming it lower. I don't know who they are, but it's going lower. So, okay, so far it looks like Fastly is bouncing off the 20-day, just like Roku was, but Roku could still take out lows of the day and go lower. But so, you know, you should never buy stocks on weakness. You should always buy stocks when they go take out the range. It's always, oh, INO looks like I got stopped out. Took $85,000 loss from it from yesterday. Okay. That sucks. Let's see here. Oh, Fiverr. Fiverr is having follow through. I have a teeny tiny position in this thing. It's incredibly illiquid. But I think the first target is gonna be the rising 10-day, and that thing is like 18% lower. So you know, there's a decent percentage move potentially on it. Oh, GSX, I'm not short anymore. Codex. Workhorse is kind of weakening. I'm thinking about if it closes weak, I'm gonna sell it. If this workhorse closes weak today, like, you know, it should have gone. Zillow reports earnings after hours and looks like it's gonna put in a nice candle today, strong candle. GBTC, I should probably sell some here, teeny tiny. How high of an extension? Guys, like this year, let's just focus on the basic breakout method. You know, I trade 3 methods. Let's just, like, I trade all 3 of them on stream. But, you know, you don't have to worry about anything else. Don't do shorting, don't do any of the other stuff. Just focus on the basic breakout method I'm teaching every day during swing trading school. You don't need anything else to make millions. Trust me on that one. You're better off. Just focus on one specific method. Just anytime I short something, just ignore it. Maybe it's even better if I don't talk about it, so it doesn't get confusing. Sint, it needs the time. Like the 10-day. I mean, this thing needs at least another 2-3 days at least. Like the 10-day needs to catch up. It's no good until the 10-day has caught up. No good, no bueno. Roku is so far building higher lows. That's nice to see. Fastly maybe building higher lows too, but it's kind of too early to tell. Like, it's not my type of setup, these pullback setups, but both Roku and there's no coincidence they're both bouncing off the rising 20-day, because that's the main support area. The 10 and 20-day moving averages are the main support areas for momentum stocks, or the fast moving momentum stocks. Now the cruise lines want to rally. Yesterday we had a rally in the airlines. Now it looks like the cruise lines want to join the rally. I'm not gonna trade them here, but, you know, I've been stalking these things for months. I've had some good short and long trades on them. Lazy, not yet. Can you identify the good setups on this thing? I can see 2 really good setups. Potentially 3. There's one here. This one was a really good one. And then you have this one here. But right now it needs to go more sideways. I don't, you know, I think the 20-day needs to catch up. Yeah, there's just no volume on it. Candy. Yeah, potentially. Could go. IBIO. Holding up. Is it holding up? It's just at the lows of this range. If it can bounce here, that would be nice, but if it can't, you know. Then no bueno. It's definitely not gonna break out today. OPK is going. You know, those who were prepared would have bought this thing in the low mid 550s. And no higher than 560. Those of you who were prepared. Who did their, you know, scan homework. Okay, good. Doesn't matter how many shares you have. All that matters is you identified the setup and correctly traded it. Now your stop is lows of the day. And in 3 to 5 days, you're gonna sell a third or half and move your stop to break even. And then you're gonna use the 10-day moving average as the trailing stop. The first close below the 10-day moving average is gonna be your stop for the rest of your half or 2/3 of your shares. Can SPAC bounce? Everything is possible. Anything can happen in the markets. Yeah, I'm holding D-Dog into earnings. I'm probably gonna size down on it though, because I have a big position. Or actually, I don't know, man. It's kinda close to my entry. My average is 90.36. And you know, if it gaps down like to the 50-day or so, yeah, no, I'm not gonna hold D-Dog into earnings. Nope, I'm not. I am not. Unless unless a miracle happens and this thing closes like 95, 96 plus. But right now I'm gonna use the lows of the day as my stop. Yeah, it's too much risk. I don't want to risk it. A lot of good earnings have gapped down recently, in big part because they had big runs. But I'm not gonna risk anything. I don't want to wake up with a 10-15% gap down on it, because I have a $2.3 million position. That I won't be happy that day. I'm not gonna risk it. I only hold through earnings if I have a profit cushion. Let's see, what more reports after hours? TTD, but TTD, I bought it, 4 days ago. My average is like 443. So that one I'm gonna hold over. Because this thing would have to gap down like 10% for me to lose any money. So here I have a profit cushion, and I've sold a bunch. I've sold like a quarter of my shares. Oh, NVAX looks like it's fading. That's good. Let's see, what more reports? after hours. I know there's one more stock that's gonna report after. Codex is another COVID name I'm holding. But in which account? Wait, did I get stopped out of some? Oh, I got stopped out of my teeny tiny Tesla starter short. Okay. It can't break out. It can't break out. We'll see. I'm gonna size down on my Codex. I'm still gonna use a 10-day as my trailing stop. But I'm now I only have like a quarter size left from the breakout on this day here. But yeah, I just see a lot of these COVID names fading, so you know I don't wanna. I just looking in some profits. GBTC looks great. LAC I don't think I've sold a single share yet. I'm not gonna sell a single share unless it hits like $10. This thing has like insane potential. If the Robinhooders find it, oh man, it's gonna go crazy. Well, Etsy, you just missed the ad point. You just missed the ad point. Here on this bounce, and then it started building lower highs, and then it lost VWAP. That was the ad spot, like mid-low 130s, 131s. That was the ad spot. If you missed like the green to red move. That was the ad spot. If you miss the green to red move right out of the gate, or like 5 minutes after open or something like that. Wait, let's see. Big C. Yeah, I saw it yesterday. Oh yeah, it is strong. Look at where T-Duck bounced yesterday. You see this red magic line here? That's the 50-day. It's not a coincidence it bounced here. So that's the 50-day. This thing has been obeying the 50-day, except for a short time here, but it quickly reclaimed. Like this is like the only thing you need on your charts, guys. I'm telling you. Only thing you need on your charts, the only indicator is the volume and the 10-day, the 20-day, and the 50-day moving averages. Nothing else. If you have anything else, remove them. They're not gonna add value. Trust me on that one. If you wanna trade a specific swing trading method I'm trying to teach you guys, you do not need anything else. Everything else is just noise, and it's gonna confuse you. You don't need anything else. Trust me on that one. If you want to make millions, you don't need more than this. And you probably don't even need this, but I'm just so used to using these moving averages, I just can't live without them. But you probably don't even need them. Why do I use? Because Because they work. You can use whatever you want, but you just need to confirm they work. You need to look at hundreds, if not thousands, of past big winning stocks and just confirm that it works. Oh, Zillow, I'm gonna sell a tiny bit here. Just a teeny tiny bit, because I'm up like 5% on this position now. And I've been in it for what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days. Like, I don't really trade exactly the same way as I'm trying to teach you guys. I'm not as systematic as I should be. That's why I'm teaching you guys to be super systematic. Because as a new trader, if you haven't made millions, you can't trust your intuition. I'm sorry, but your intuition is probably shit. Like, I trade a lot on intuition. But you guys should be as mechanical and as systematic as possible. Oh wait, I'm up 10% on this position. Okay, then I need to sell a little bit more than I was planning to. I'll sell 10% of my position here. Okay, Kodak dipped, built a higher low, reclaimed VWAP. Oh man, let's get to 20. Let's get to 20 on this piece of shit. Yeah, I focus on low float stocks. I traded mostly micro caps and small caps. Now I trade mostly large and mid caps. And rarely do I trade small caps. Or I mean I do, but mostly large and mid caps, because small caps are just not liquid enough for me. Small caps are just way too illiquid, generally. How do I read volume? I don't know what you mean. D-Dog? Oh, okay, yeah, I got stopped out of D-Dog. Yep, I got stopped out. I took overall like a $16,000 profit on the shares I had left. So I am out of this thing now. And this W I bought a couple of weeks ago, I'm just using the 10-day as my trailing stop on it now. The first clue, like I'm selling some into strength and or I've already sold some into strength, but if it keeps going, I'll sell tiny pieces into strength and I'll just use the trailing 10-day. Wait, what more was gonna... Wait. It was Zillow and... Oh yeah, D-Dog. Okay, those are the two that we're gonna report after hours. All right. Oh, and TTD. TTD and Zillow. All right. LRN is not looking good from yesterday. Looks like a fails. Yeah, it's kind of weaker than I would like it to be, but you know, as long as it doesn't stop us out, it's fine. Yeah, what is my stop on it? Guys, what do you think my stop on LRN is? Exactly, lows of yesterday, lows of the entry day. Very simple. If I would start out again, you mean like if I blow up and I had to start with a small account? Yeah. I would start. I would probably scan for very high ADR stocks, like 6-7% plus, and most of them are small caps. So I would naturally like. I don't like care about small caps in particular. I just want to be in the fast moving stocks. I don't care if it's a small cap or a large cap. You want to be in the fastest moving stocks. Oh wow, OPK. Those of you do your homework, you're gonna, this thing could go to 7 plus. Those of you who did your homework, you may get paid. And those of you who don't know what the homework was getting the scans I talked about on yesterday's swing trading school. Getting those scans working and scanning for good setups. And identifying, or at least trying to identify good setups. Obviously, you're not going to be able to do it like right out of the gate. At Shumia, yeah, I sold it 2 days ago on the earnings day. I sold it like low 20s. I sold it when it looked like it was gonna fade out of the gate. And then after I sold it, it ripped 20% or 15%, and then it slammed lower. But hey, in a couple of weeks, if this thing builds a nice base, the 10-day, the 20-day catches up, it builds a consolidation, it could have another leg higher. This thing has also like enormous pump potential. And the good thing is now the share price is higher, and also the like dollar volume is way higher now. It's probably like 3-4 times higher than it was when I bought it. So I'm gonna be able to do an enormous position if I would like to. Damn, silver just keeps going straight up. I think HEQ for next week, if it keeps going to 80 or 80 plus, could be a like a parabolic short setup. And yeah, most of you just should ignore anything I say about shorting. Does IB and Centerpoint work for $2,000-$3,000 accounts? No, I don't think so. Just get Robinhood. I don't know if they're any good, but I think you can open an account with them even if you have a tiny account. LRM, yeah, undercut the 20 EMA and now it's bouncing. This is good sign. This is a bullish sign. This is what I talk about. The stock can be down on a day and still be bullish. Give us bullish information. So far, it's giving us bullish information. That's a good sign that it can bounce off the 20 EMA on the 60-minute chart. I don't know what the limits are for the different brokers for to get a margin account. I have no idea. I know Centerpoint used to have like 30,000. You have to like look around. It doesn't really matter. Like no minimum limit. Yeah, get IB. Like they're very stable. Like I know that like E-Trade and Ameritrade, they usually have a lot of problems with their platform, and Robinhood too. They have a lot of trouble. Like their platforms are down like all the time. Like any day there's a lot of volatility, their platforms crash. IB is really good. Pretty much I've never seen it go down or lag. It's very important to get a stable, a broker that has a stable platform. Man, I'm dreaming about this Tesla. Tesla is gonna be $1 million trade easily once it breaks anyway, either up or down. It's gonna be $1 million trade for me. I'm gonna do enormous size. I'm gonna do 4,000 to 6,000 shares any way it breaks. I'm gonna go nuts on this thing. This is why I kind of like anticipate these minor range breaks with starter size, because once the stock starts moving in either direction, I'm just gonna add to it and then add more as it confirms. I don't want to buy like a $10 million position, right, at once. But I'm gonna go nuts on this thing. I'm not gonna hold an enormous position overnight. I would not hold a $10 million position overnight on this thing, but maybe a $5-6 million position. NVAX very weak, yeah. Yep. I wish I shorted it yesterday or when it failed at VWAP. I was actually looking at it. It built lower highs. It reclaimed VWAP, built lower highs, failed VWAP. This 178.40 area, that was the entry for it for a short. Or today opening range lows. I kind of chased it a little bit. My average is 174.55. But the correct entry would have been here, like high 175s. When it took out the opening range lows. That would have been it. Yeah, this thing could fade back to 140 easily. LI? What's LI? Never heard of that ticker before. LI, oh, a recent IPO. LI Auto. Li Auto. Oh, it's a China. Yeah, it's going higher. Wait, Big C is up 40% today? What the fuck? Really? It's up 40%? Alright. Why not? Big C. Okay. Yeah. Okay, let's start with swing trading school in 1 minute. I'm gonna do one of my scans. I'm gonna do the 2-year scan. Check what stocks there are there and look for good setups. Let's keep the shatter to minimum during swing trading school. I won't have time to ask questions or comment on comments. All right. All right, class, sit down and listen. Let's see. This is my longest term scan. So this one scans for the biggest winners over the past 2 years. You don't need this scan. Like I talked about the 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month scans yesterday. Those are the ones you need. I'm just gonna want to find like stocks that have gone up a lot over the past 2 years, so we can look at good setups. Right now, there's not going to be that many stocks here since it's you know, I have pretty high volume criteria, and the market and the market is just, you know, just opened. Overstock we've talked about recently, but we can go back and look at Overstock back in 2017. I'm gonna do this in another tab, swing trading school tab. There's no noise here. This is what your setup needs to look like. This is what it should look like. No more indicators than this. Let's go back Overstock in 2017. This was one of my biggest winners in 2017. Look for good setups. Okay. And these I traded. These setups I traded. Okay. I did miss this one, but this was a pretty decent setup. And like guys, you need to build your own database of these. You need to take screenshots and put it in, you know, in a folder or whatever. Get Evernote or something. You need to like build a database of these so you can go back. This was a very good setup. This one I remember I traded. Opening range rise. I think they reported earnings or something. It doesn't really matter. Like it found support on the rising 20-day. First bounce of the rising 20 took out this range at 25 on big volume. That's a good setup. Here's a good setup. Surfing the 10-day, building higher lows, getting tighter and tighter, and then breaks out. Again on high volume. This is like, nah, it's a bit tricky. That's not really a great setup. But here I'm gonna show you this one too. First bounce of the 50-day and has a range break here. Bounces the 50-day, breaks this range on big volume. That's a good setup. And then you obviously it had good setups here, but I talked about these setups previously on Short School, Swing Trading School. Overstock, I'm short 25,000 shares. For those who follow my short setup. But yeah, I promise not to talk about the short. So I don't know how to do it. Like, should I talk about it or not? Just not to confuse people. Like, guys, just a simple rule. If you haven't made your first million yet, don't short. You ignore anything I say about shorting. Just ignore. Just ignore it. I'm not talking to you. When I mention shorting, I only talk about to the guys who have made at least 1 million. Okay, CWH, this thing. Let's go back and look. It never really had a big. It was never earnings or like momentum leader, but it's been a momentum leader recently this year since the corona crisis. Like this is a decent setup. Not a 5-star setup, but a pretty decent setup, like this one right here. You can just see how clean, like, you know, you need clean setups. Something just keeps surfing. It's not all over the place. Like, it just keeps surfing the 10-day, and then the 20-day catches up. Look at this. It says higher lows, and then you have a range here, and it breaks that range. It wasn't like a super obvious setup, but this was definitely like a tradable setup. Square, we can go back and look back. Wait, didn't I talk about this one yesterday or the day before? I don't think I did. No, I did. Yeah, this one I went through, I think, yesterday, so I'm not gonna talk about that one. This one I talked about before. SCDG. This one I truly can't see any. Like, I've been stalking this thing forever. This really. Oh yeah, back here. No, never mind. Yeah, here I traded it a couple of times. Back in 2017. Like, this was a good setup. This was an earnings winner. Like, look at it's in a big uptrend. It keeps surfing the 20-day. Then it kind of breaks down a little bit and finds support on the 50-day. Bounces off the 50-day twice, builds higher lows, and then it has this tight range. This is a very good setup. I know I traded it. Roku, this one I traded back in 2019, I remember. I'm gonna show you guys. This one I actually traded on stream. No, wait, which one did I? Okay, no, never mind. This is a very good setup, okay? Big uptrend, and the bounces, clean bounce of the 50-day. You can see it builds higher lows and then breaks this range. 5-star setup. Beautiful setup. I traded this one. And then there was another one I traded on the stream, but I didn't follow my own sell rules. This one here. Not as obvious. I think it bounced off the 100-day or something. You know what? Ignore this one. You don't need to pay attention to this. Just pay attention to the ones that bounce off the 10 or like surf the 10, 20, and 50-day. You don't need to pay, like, yeah, ignore that one. Never mind. Forget I said that. Carvana, I talked about the previous few days. EMPH, I don't think I talked about. Let's see, good setups. Like, this is a good setup, really good setup. Just keep surfing the 10 and 20-day, and then it breaks this range and big volume. Like, this is how it looked like the day before. It's not a super obvious one, but it's there. It's not like a 5-star, but like 3.5, 4-star. Like, some setups are really obvious. Like Tesla, like this one, it's gonna be juicy once it breaks. Like, it's just so tight, long consolidation, but some consolidations are not that long. AMD, this one had many setups over the years. Oh man, I was a really shitty swing trader back in 2016. I was not very good at identifying these setups, but this is a 5-star setup. This is a 5-star setup, but it would have stopped you out, because on this day here, it took out the lows of this day, right? So you would have gotten stopped out, but the setup here was 5-star. Like, I can't go back more than this. You can do it like this. Like, you need to take screenshots of these things. You need to go back and study these things for yourselves. This was also a really good setup. Not a 5-star because the previous day's candle was kind of loose, but it had this big range break and it had been building higher lows. This thing AMD has had so many good setups over the years. Some I missed, some I traded. This is also a really good setup. Surfs the 10-day, undercuts it, builds higher lows for 3 days, 2 days, and then breaks out. Really good setup. Beautiful setup. This was a good setup. You get a bounce of the 50-day. It kind of breaks down, pulls back, finds support on the 50-day, builds higher lows. Guys, you see this? Many times these things build higher lows. Here it built higher lows. Here. Like before their breakouts, they most of the time build higher lows. Very important concept, okay? It did kind of have a pretty decent setup here, right here. Built higher lows, surfed off the 20-day, but this one didn't have any follow through. Like, you know, just because it's a good setup doesn't mean it's gonna work. And here, you know what? I would have probably traded this setup. I don't remember if I traded, but again, this one would have stopped me out too. And look, with this method, you can have a 30% win rate, and you can double, triple, quadruple your money in a year if the market is good. You don't need a 80% win rate or even a 50% win rate. Get used to losing. Get used to getting stopped out. The best traders are the ones that can take the best losses. Okay, this is one I did trade. Like, you know, look at this thing. It surfed, bounced off the 20-day, started building higher lows. Got tight. This one I did trade. Oh no, never mind. I didn't trade that one. I traded this one, and this is one of my, what happened on this day, like this is a 5-star setup. It's a really good setup. You have this range with higher lows. Oh wait, what happened now? Like I bought this one reported earnings this day. I bought an enormous size. I had like 50% of my account in this thing when it took out the opening range lows, but it stopped me out. It reversed after I bought it. It shook me out. I took a decent loss on it, and then it reversed again, took out the highs of the day. Remember, I had 50% of my account on this in this thing, like with a perfect entry, but it shook me out. And look at what it did. This is no joke. I never got back in. I didn't get back in. Look at what it did. Guys, feel the pain. I hope you're feeling the pain together with me, because when I see this, I'm feeling the pain. Okay? If I had taken this trade, you know, well, what can I say? What can I say? It only went up 96%, 95% over the next couple of months. Guys, the stop is always lows of the entry day. And after 3 to 5 days, you sell a third to half of your position and move the stop to break even. And then you use the trailing 10-day. The first close below the 10-day moving average is when you get out. And this thing, if you use that, you would have sold a third to half on either one of these 3 days. Either here, no, sorry, one of these 3 days. You would have sold a third to half just to lock in some profits, move your stop to break even. And you would have sold the other 2/3 to half until this day here, okay? This is where you would have gotten out. These moving averages work. The 10 days is an incredibly good moving average for the biggest momentum stock. It just works so well. It's not perfect, but it works really well. It's almost like cheating. This thing I traded on the stream. This is a 6-star setup on a 5-star scale. You know, you gotta fucking memorize this. This is a 6-star setup on a 5-star scale. You don't get many of these. Look at how tight it is. Bounces perfectly off the 20-day. Gets really tight. This one I traded on the stream. Unfortunately, I wasn't really good at following my exit rules. And look at the move it made. Or no, I did follow my exit rules really well. I think I sold it. I think I sold it somewhere here on the first. Yeah, I did follow my exit rules. I think I sold it on this day when it closed below the 10-day. The first closed below the 10-day. And now you probably understand why I'm so excited for Tesla. Like, I'm literally dreaming about Tesla. It's gonna be an enormous trade. It looks exactly like it. But it could also be a big breakdown, right? And then in that case, I'm going to short it. But, you know, this thing breaks out. It's going to go to 2,000. I've got a big position. You got to memorize these things. And for example, like, is this a good setup, right? It's not, because it's not surfing any of the moving averages, right? There's no clean trend. It's been going sideways for months and months. Okay, is this a good setup? Well, this one actually was a good setup. You know what? This was a good setup. It undercut and bounced off the 20-day, built higher lows, took out this tight range. This was a good setup, but it didn't follow through. It would have stopped you out. Was this a good setup? Like, I actually traded this one because I anticipated this big. It's not really like what I'm trying to teach you. Like, you want to be in the stocks that have the high, that the 10 and 20 day and 50-day moving averages are in a high angle. Like, they go like straight up. Like, they go up in a like 45-degree angle. Those are the kind of stocks you want to be in. Like where the 10 and 20-day moving averages are in this type of angle, right? You can just, or maybe even more, like, something like this. I don't know, is this 45 degrees? Guys, can you confirm? Is this like 45 degrees, or am I missing out? This is like 90 degrees. Wait. The fuck? Why can't I do a line? What? Why can't I do a line? What the hell is going on? I can't draw a line. What the hell? Wait. So you have a straight line. Is this a straight line? Almost. So this is like a 45 degrees, right? 43.25, 50. Stop trolling me. God damn it. This is 45 degrees plus minus a few degrees. You want, stocks that go up in 45-degree angles. 45 degrees or even more. You know what? Damn, I wish I could have a permanent 45-degree line on all of my charts. Shopify, I think I talked about it. This thing had some decent setups over the years. Or actually, it's kind of... Nah, it's a bit tricky. It had some good setups past few months, but it's been kind of tricky this year. Like apps I want to talk about. Okay, let's do another 45-degree angle. This is like 45 degrees, right? Again, this is... like this one actually went up higher than 45 degrees. But it needs to be at least like 45 degrees, right? This is a 5-star setup. Memorize this. Okay? Take a screenshot. You need to learn this, okay? You need to be on these things. W. Let's do another 45-degree angle. This is 45 degrees. I'm a natural. This is 45 degrees. Like, it wasn't as obvious. But this thing, the market had a multi-day pullback. And when I say the market, I mean the Nasdaq. This thing just undercut the rising 20 and just couldn't go lower. It was back at all-time highs immediately. This one I bought. I'm still in it. I still have 4,800 shares. I think I bought 9,000 shares or something, 8,000. I don't remember. Right? That's a really good setup. And if you didn't buy it here, this is acceptable setup too. And look at it now. Tesla. Let's do another 45-degree angle. Where is it here? Like, this one is moving up way faster than 45 degrees. Way faster. So that's a good thing. You want at least 45 degrees. But the faster the better. Doku, this one I really don't see any good setups. Maybe like this. Nah. Oh, this was maybe a kind of decent setup. This is just right after the March lows. This thing was back at all-time highs really quickly. So this would have been an acceptable setup in the context of the overall market. This is like literally a couple of weeks after the March lows, and it was just, it didn't really go down much during the corona, or it did go down 30%, but it was just reclaimed the 50-day like in just a couple of days. So it was a decent setup in the context of the market, but let's just ignore it. It may be too much information for you, most of you. SRNE, Well, this one I talked about yesterday, I think, or the day before. Had two really good setups here and here. I traded both of them. Kodak looks like it's gonna step me out. But Kodak too, it kind of bouncing off the 10-day and building higher lows. You can just clearly see in the daily chart, it's building higher lows. Every single day it's been building higher lows. But it's not really the type of setup I'm trying to teach you. This is more of a, different variation. Like there are variations of these setups. INO, this one I've been trading several times. Good setups. This was a good setup. Didn't have any follow through. This was another good setup. I think I traded it if I remember. This is like a 5-star setup. Surfed the 20-day, built higher lows. Again, the higher lows. You buy the opening range highs, or you want to buy them as fast as possible, like after they trigger, once they start taking out the ranges. But sometimes you're kinda unsure, so it's you can buy them any time of the day, as long as they are not up, as long as the stop is not further away than the average true range. Okay, so let's say you this is real time. You see it right now, like the lows of the day is what, 11.05, and the stock is at 12.05, right? So you would have to use a dollar stop. And the average true range back then, since this share price was lower, it was let's just say it was $1.50, right? So that would have been fine. But if the stock would have been at 12.70, your stop would have to be $1.70, and then it wouldn't have been fine. Then you would have to either buy a dip if it dipped a little bit, or if it just let it go. It's fine to let stocks go. There's so many opportunities. You can't trade them all. This was a little bit more of a subtle setup, but it bounced off the 50-day, took out this little range that had this strong candle. Melee, this one has always been a bit choppy, kind of hard to trade, not really clean. This is one I've followed for years. I traded a couple of times, but it almost never puts in good setups. This is a good setup though, right here on this day. That's a good setup. And I think I traded it, I don't remember. This is a good setup. It's got a little bit slower stock. You can clearly see it on the chart. Like the daily candles are like kind of, it's just a slower type. But this was a good setup. TTD, we've been talking about. Pen, this one doesn't have any. Plug had a good setup. Can we go back to 2014? No, we can't. We can't go back to 2013. That's why I find TC2000 a bit annoying. They should get their shit together. You should be able to go back and however long you want. It's just stupid. You can only go back like 5 years. It's kind of like, it's just stupid. This was a good setup. It did gap up, but then when you have a powerful chart, a gap up is okay. As long as you get it on the opening range highs. Let's say the opening range highs, the 1 minute or 5 minute or whatever, you can add on all of them. Like if you miss the 1 minute opening range highs, maybe you can add on the 5 minute. But the lows of the day should be your stop, and the stop shouldn't be higher than the average true range. But this was a pretty decent setup right here. And this thing kinda had a setup a couple of days ago. It kinda bounced off the 50-day, put in a strong candle, and then it started going the next day. It's a trickier setup, but it's a variation. I passed on it. I did see it, but I just passed on it. And NVAX we've talked about several times. Really perfect breakout right here. It's a 6-star setup on a 5-star scale. All right, anywho, so we went through even more setups today. and tomorrow I'm gonna do another scan, and we'll go through even more setups. But the key is, you need to put in your own work. Like, you need to put in every day. You need to put in work. Identify. You need to go and then scan for big winners, and then you just look for setups. Okay, you see the same patterns. They occur over and over again. Is MCHB a good setup? What? How the hell? This doesn't even remotely look at anything I just showed you guys. No, it's not a good setup. It looks like shit. What I think of Beely? I'm long Beely. This thing had a 5-star, or yeah, 5-star setup here when I bought it. 5-star setup. Bounced off the 50-day, built higher lows, took out this range. Boom. 5-star setup right there. Hence why I bought it. How do I manage stops? Lows are a day for this method I'm trying to teach you. You move your stop to break even after the first 3 to 5 days. What about KSU? No. It's not a momentum leader. Like, you can clearly see, like, KSU doesn't have the 45-degree angle, right? It's kind of sloppy, right? It's just, no. It needs to be clean on the 10 and 20 and 50. I mean, it is kinda, but it's not really there. It's just not, like, it wouldn't get on your scans probably. Like down here when it broke out on the, like, these days and this day, it wouldn't have gotten on your scans. It's not a momentum leader. Hey, Cheese Smitty, what kind of life question do you have? Guys, like, don't be afraid to ask me, like, especially like it's like when it's like an hour and a half after the open and things are calming down. You can ask me anything. You can ask me, like, I can be your psychologist. I can be your best friend. I can give you life advice. I can give you love advice. Hey, look, I'm here for you guys. Arithmetic is not valid for the 45-degree thing. Yes, it is. Do I own a child care center? What? No, I don't. Why do you ask me that? That was a random question. Child care center? Absolutely. Oh, you mean like the sounds from outside? No, it's my neighbor's kids. They were just running in front of my house. Yes, I do almost only 99% of my trades are swing trades. My stops are usually like maybe around half of average true range. They are rarely full average true range. I always feel like I'm chasing when the stock is closing in on the full of average true range. Thinkorswim. Yeah, I had a Thinkorswim account, but they closed it because I hadn't funded it. I had a Thinkorswim before it got bought out by Ameritrade, I think, back like 2011, 2012, 2013. But then it kicked me out because I hadn't funded the account. But they had good charting. The Profit charts were really good. I liked them. Twitter. Twitter is, the only bad thing about Twitter is like its ADR is only 3.6%. None of you should be trading it. None of you should be trading it. Okay, yeah, I had the fee. But it's like a 4-star setup. Thoughts on CLSK? Nah, I don't think it's a good setup here. Like all of you should probably use at least 5-6%. Most of you, all of you that have less than say a couple of million in your accounts. I use 4%. I actually increased my scans from 3.5 to 4% yesterday. And then, look, and yet I'm still looking at Twitter. It's at 3.6. What can I say? Crocs? No. Like, it's in a nice uptrend, yeah. But it's not tight. Like, it's kind of like choppy. Like, it's kind of choppy. It's not a clean chart. Needs to get tight. What about cult advice? I don't have any cult advice. Can you be my dad? I think it's a little bit late to be your dad. I gonna have to be there at the conception. Why is the Earth flat? Because of science. Let's see how many people leave the chat now. Oh god. How do you feel your trading performance, good or bad, from affecting your mood with long one? It doesn't. My trading, it's the other way around. My trading affects my feelings outside of the market, but my feelings outside of the market never affect my trading. How do I prep my day? Yeah, I'm probably gonna write like in my about page about it. That's a good question. How do I prep my day? Yeah, I'm gonna put it on in my about page. I have a little bit. I did write a little bit about it, but I need to do a little bit. Maybe a few more sentences. How my day goes by. I'm maybe gonna do like a time, like around 9 I get up, like 10 I go to the gym. Let's see. Work. Okay, yeah, here it is. Okay. How do you spend your mornings leading up to market hours? Okay, that one I'm gonna write a little bit more on. Where are the car picks? I can show you the car picks. Let's see. No. Well, I don't actually have pictures of my car. I have one video of it. I have one single video of the car. Where is it? Where the fuck is it? No, it's not here. Oh, okay, it's not here. Where the hell is it? I'm trying to find it somewhere on my phone. Oh, here it is. I'm gonna put it on my Google Drive. Okay, let's see here. If I'm still in Fastly, no, why would I be? Oh wait, Fastly, I never was in it. Or I was in, like, I bought it here, right? And I got stopped out, I think, on this day here, and since then I haven't been in it. No, easy stock trade. Entry to stop is no more than 1 times average true range. SDGR. Yeah, you know what? It could be a good. It's not that clean because it's like a little bit too far below the 50-day, but it is actually, you know, it could be. It could work. It could work. It's not a bad one. Maybe like tomorrow, starting tomorrow, it would be a decent setup. Like 3.5, 4 star. When in a swing trade, how are you deciding to take profit or sell completely? Guys, go back and look like every single swing trading school I've done. Like for the exception, yeah, every day. Like, no, with the exception of Monday. But Tuesday, Wednesday, and today, I've done swing trading schools. So I've talked about the sell rules. They're very simple. Guys, you need to read the about page. Yes, there is somewhere I show my current positions. Or actually, yeah, not on this chart, but because on the swing trading school I use this chart only. But here, this box here, these are my current positions. How I use Twitter as a trading tool? I look at news. I have a very curated list of people I know are good on with what they do, and yeah, some of them have good trading ideas. Some of them are just news guys. But I think Twitter is a very good tool to get a grip of what's going on, get trading ideas, and just news, just what's happening. And I'm talking about stock-specific news and sector-specific news. Yeah, thanks Migi for explaining where my positions are. Really appreciate it. Like, wow, this moderator thing is awesome. Is the video super delayed? It shouldn't be. There shouldn't be no. How's my Swedish investment business? It's kind of slowly going forward. Not really putting a lot of effort in it right now. It's like vacation times and everything. Thoughts on IBIO? Like if it can close strong, it would be a setup for tomorrow, but it's kind of weak for now. Mara, well, I'm in Mara, and Bitcoin, I'm in GBTC. There are no setups on them right now. How much is TC2000? I don't know. You can just go to their homepage and figure it out. I have no idea what I'm paying for TC2000. Whatever the amount I'm paying, I would be fine with paying 10 times as much. You mentioned in the beginning of the stream something about the best short setup, which you saw. It was something related to volume, if you remember. I don't know. I don't remember which one. Do I share my current positions or your past trades? Yeah, all my current positions are in this list. I almost always tell you guys, when I buy or sell something on the stream, I almost always tell you guys, unless I forget to, because there's so much going on. But I'm thinking about, like, on the thinner names, I'm not even gonna mention them, because I don't wanna have 200 people, chasing the same thing I'm buying or selling. Like I don't want that kind of following. I want only people in here that are willing to learn, to stand on its own 2 legs, or since we're trading, sit on your asses. and not follow me blindly. There are a lot of services who are willing to take your money happily if you are out for that, if you're looking for that. Yeah, look, like I think Nathan Michaud is a great guy. He's a successful trader, but I just don't think like the scalping is just a great. It's just so hard. There's just so many things that can go wrong. Like you're always like near your entry. You like it's just I don't think scalping is you shouldn't do it. I don't even think you should day trade. I think swing trading is the best thing to start with. Like I started as a day trader because I didn't know anything else. The people I followed were day traders. It took me a couple of years before I found someone who was swing trading successfully. His name is Pradeep and he runs stockbee.biz. Oh, the ADR formula. Yeah. It's guys. The ADR formula is on my about page. All you have to do is you do this. You take the ADR formula. Like I don't even know. Wait. How do you do it? Like if you wanna do like you wanna create the same scan like I have. Biggest 1 month gainers. Like I talked about these yesterday. Biggest 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month gainers. You put there volume dollars, you click the plus button here, choose condition, and click here volume, right? And then you choose volume dollars, whatever it is, dollar volume here, right? And then you put it, yeah, so which is the same thing as, which is this formula here. I probably put it in manually too. Greater than, and I have 80 million. Most of you guys should have something like maybe 10 or 20 million, but no more than that, since you have tiny accounts. And here, wait, why is this 3.5? I thought I changed it to 4. Oh, because I forgot to save the page. No, wait, what? Why is this? It should be 4. But you guys should use like 5 or 6. And Pricecraft 1 month ranks. You choose rank here. C min low 22. That's the formula. And you put a rank that's probably 90% plus, maybe even 95% plus. And after, when the market is closed, okay, you should play around with these, but you shouldn't get more than 50 candidates on any of the 3 scans, 1 month, 3 month, and 6 month gainers. If you get more than say 50, 60 candidates, you should probably like increase the rank here, or you should increase the ADR percent. Let's say you have ADR 5% and you get 75 results, and then you increase it to 6% and you get say 55 results. That would be fine. You don't want too many like results. Like around 50, 60 is good enough on any of these 3 scans. Okay, anywho. Okay, enough with Short School for today. I'm getting really tired again. I just need to catch up with this chat. How often do you withdraw? Anytime I have a big expense like taxes or expensive as fuck car, I withdraw money. Why I don't trade Apple, Amazon, Google, and Facebook? Because they're too slow. Look at Apple, ADR of 2.7. Amazon, ADR of 3. Oh, this one is actually kind of high, but it's just I haven't seen any good setups. Like there's always there are better ones there. Google, ADR of 2.4. Facebook, ADR of 2.8. They're just too slow, way too slow. I don't trade slow. Well, actually, my car has 619 horsepower. Well, actually. Did they call you for a new Market Wizard book coming out? Yeah, oh man, I'm so excited for the new Market Wizards book. Holy shit, I can't wait. Oh, I'm gonna look at this. Like, oh my god. I don't know if I would qualify for the Market Wizards books. I don't know. Maybe I would. Market Wizards here. Let's see. Yeah, I think it comes in November. Wait. Where is it? Market Wizards. Why can't I find it? Should be on Amazon. Wait. Market Wizards. Where is it? Unknown Market Wizard, is that the name of? Oh, here it is. I found it. Oh man, November 3. Oh man, I'm gonna get this book. Like, guys, look at this. A trader who turned an initial account of 2,500 into 50 million. Oh my god, I wanna know his method. He's, you know. A guy who averaged 337 over 13 years. Like, he would be a multi-billionaire. So I guess he's kind of like maybe a day trading strategy where he withdraws money and starts over with like a smaller account. I don't know. Who knows? I don't know. A trader who made tens of millions using a unique approach that employed neither fundamental nor technical analysis. That's also pretty interesting, but it also depends on what he started with and how many years it took. But it kind of, that sounds exciting. A former advertising executive who used classical chart analysis to achieve a 58% average return over 27. Like, this guy should be a millionaire too. Oh, please don't tell me it's Peter Brandt. No, please don't tell me it's Peter Brandt. Oh, that guy is a fucking fraud. Peter L. Brandt. Like, the guy claims he's made like 30% per year over the past 30 years. He should be a multi-billionaire, yet he has a service he sells for like a couple of $100 per month. I mean, something is very, very, very wrong here. The guy should be a multi-billionaire. Please don't tell me it's him. But on the other hand, like, if it's Jack Swagger, he probably should have like looked at his statements. Maybe, I don't know. Like look at this guy. He claims he's made let's see. Wait. It doesn't say anything about. I read his claims somewhere. But look at this thing. Private Twitter alerts. Does this guy sound like a billionaire? No, probably not. Wait, how much is his service? Become a Factor member. $347. Hey. Yeah, I don't know. Something is fishy. Something doesn't add up. I don't know. I don't think it's this guy. No, I think Peter Brandt, he claimed like 30%. This here says 58%. All right. A promising junior tennis player in the UK who abandoned his quest for professional sporting career for trading and generated a 9-year track record with an average return of just 9 years of 300%. Yeah, that's how you. This is how you turn a couple of thousand into tens of millions. This is exactly what I did. My average return over the past 7 years is just under 300%. It's actually let's see, how much is it? Since 2013, not including this year, but up until last year, my average annual return was 268%. This is how you turn a few thousand into tens of millions. You have triple-digit percentage return over a period of several years, 5-10 years. That's how you turn a few thousand into tens of millions. Oh man, I can't wait for this book. Oh man, so exciting. This is like the most exciting book ever. I've never been this excited for a book in my life. Jesus Christ. I'm gonna get that one. I'm like 30 minutes behind reading the chat. Oh my god, there's too many people. Yeah, GSX is setting up for a nice... Oh yeah, GSX, the higher it goes, the better. I took a $16,000 loss on it today, like on half size. But this one is gotta be an insanely good short eventually. Higher it goes, the better. How do you do taxes? Again, go to my about page, please. 30% tax rate in Sweden. What program are my... Oh man. Guys, those of you new here, you haven't read my about page, go to my about page. Why did you decide to teach us folks? It says it on my about page. Exactly, Smiggy. Exactly. Swing trading is also better if you have a regular job. You don't have to sit and watch the market all the time. Oh, this is also something I'm gonna put in the about page. How do I prep my day? Okay, so I'll put it there. Put it here. That's a very good question. Yeah, a very good comment. Yeah. Let's see. Day trade. I'm just trying to edit my about page as I'm talking. Why did you switch from... Yeah, so where is Miggy's comment? No, wait. Whose comment was it? How long would it realistically take to make a million from 100K? Well, it depends on the market, but in a decent market, you know, if you do like 200% per year and after every year you pay some taxes, like, I mean, look, it depends, but 2-3 years if you have the skill and the market is good and if you use good methods. Oh shit, did I delete something? No, I didn't. Whew. Yeah, most of my stock, yeah, relative strength rating on MarketSmith. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's very true. Why do all traders seem to be into cars? So lame. Well, you know, there's two types of traders who are into cars. You are the ones that rent Lambos, take pictures with them so they can sell their trading service. And then there are the ones that make real money trading and buy their dream car. The second category is me. Look, it's only lame if you're not interested in cars. I like to have a nice car. I literally bought my dream car. That's not lame, that's fucking awesome. Wait, is Pradeep in the Market Wizards book? Really? No way, no, Pradeep hasn't been trading. Wait, Pradeep? Wow, is he in the Market Wizards book? Really? That's awesome. Yeah, my oh, that's good. Yeah, top 10 trading books. Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's a good question. That's a good idea, I mean. What do I think about Nat? No. doesn't have any momentum. You know, it needs to be in a 45-degree angle, right? It needs to be surfing the 10, 20, and or 50 day, right? This doesn't fit it. Like here was the potential setup, right? You had the 45-degree angle, you have some narrow range candles, and you have a breakout, but it wasn't like a super clean setup. This is a pretty decent setup, like this one. You have a big move sideways, and it kind of bounces off the 50-day, builds higher lows for a period. This is like a variation of the setup you should like learn, right? But here, it's absolutely nothing here. No, I paid. No, you don't have to pay U.S. taxes for trading in. No, I pay. You pay taxes where your residence is. What's the capital? Yeah, I'm gonna change that, and also. Oh yeah, tax treaties. Yeah, tax in Sweden. Oh shit! I forgot to get my old car from the. Oh shit, man! I got so excited streaming. Oh, now I don't. What I think of the Porsche 911, I think it looks good, but I would get the Porsche Taycan if I would buy a Porsche. Oh, Pradeep is not in the book? Okay. How much you will be charging for your lessons? Nothing. What made me interested in sharing info and streaming? Go to my about page. Please, guys, you need to read my about page. It's all there. What I learned from Pradeep, the same exact method I'm trying to teach you is what I learned from Pradeep. Hey, guys, those of you who are moderators, I already talked with Du on Facebook, but could you guys write to me on Messenger? I want to create the group with just you three, so we can talk things through. Um, Why do I sell on every pop? Well, not every pop. Like it needs to go up a decent amount. Like, but yeah, but I trail most of the position usually. But yeah, it's a mental thing. If I'm a member of Pradeep's page, Stockpip.biz, yes. Whew. Oh man, fuck! I got carried away with the stream. I should have gone to my car dealership. Fuck. When do they close? I think they close at 6. They close in 19 minutes. God damn it. I have some stuff I need to get from my old car. Oh man. Yeah, GSX is gonna be a juicy short starting tomorrow. Look at the Celsius thingy. Look at this setup right here. 5-star setup, memorize it. And here, yesterday too, this thing had a really good setup. Look at how it's just surfing the 20-day perfectly. You know, you gotta scan for those, and I'm probably gonna do a blog post about scanning and, you know, like more specifically what you should. And also like the setup. Kodak, am I still in Kodak? No, I'm probably, yes I am, but I'm probably gonna get stopped out. It looks like it's gonna stop me out. Looks like a lot of the growth stocks are pulling back today, which is good. Well, which is like, it's good that I added to my, like I added a few shorts just to okay, Roku is now losing the 20-day. Like Roku is not looking. Like I thought it could bounce off the 20 days. So far it's not able. The Fastly too, it looks really, really weak. Not good. Alright guys. My stops are intentionally taken out. Who cares? You're gonna get stopped out, you know. There's no reason to blame any market makers, and you know, there are no market makers. What broker do I suggest? I use Interactive Brokers and Centerpoint. Alright guys, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Hyvä Suomi, by the way. Alright, I'm gonna cut the stream now. Thanks to the moderators for keeping things in